Welcome to the world! Welcome!
Hi, this is Gina from Haunted Flower, and last night I saw the Book of Eli. The Book of Eli is the Hughes brothers' first directing project since From Hell in 2001. It stars Denzel Washington as a lone man traveling west fighting his way to protect a sacred book which holds the key to saving mankind's future in a post-apocalyptic world. Books are rare in this society, and Gary Oldman's character Carnegie is searching for a very special book, which coincidentally happens to be the one in Eli's possession. Carnegie's daughter Solara, played by Mila Kunis, Meg, your film career is taking off, is inspired by Eli's strong character and mission and wants to get away from her crime boss of a daddy and begs to come along. This movie features a desaturated desert landscape, very typical of most post-apocalyptic films. It's scattered with car wrecks and dirty people, but there's no diseases, no zombies, no vampires, just a good old-fashioned we messed it up with a big old war scenario. I was a little relieved since I feel like the market's been overdoing it a little bit with too many of these other types of movies. This story's importance of the power of the written word in books, or a single book in this case, is very reminiscent of Fahrenheit 451. During Eli's speech to Solara describing the world before, it's very sobering and it makes you think about all humanity takes for granted when you see the scarcity in this movie. I don't feel this movie overstepped its bounds into being preachy. Bringing an awareness to an issue does not mean you have to change everything you do now, just asks you to think about what you do and why. This is a good story beyond formula. It follows the path of what happens to people who have lost a good moral compass and how society degenerates. It also explores the fact that the power of the written word can be used for good to inspire a better way of living, or for evil to control people's minds and keep them in fear. Denzel Washington does not disappoint in this role. He has a total badass fighting style and a giant sharp knife and a gun and a bow and arrow, and he just wants to stay on his path west but is drawn into this mess of people in this small town, and watching him refuse to get pushed around is really exciting. It's a little like he's a superhero. I'm kind of digging it. There are many details in his performance that you might not notice the first time through, but when you think back, you realize how much thought he put into every scene. Gary Oldman as Carnegie reminds me of a mashup of a crime boss. He gave a really good performance exuding his ends justify the means approach by using any tactic he can, even his own family, to get what he wants. Not to make him sound cliche, but I almost wanted Gary Oldman to be sitting in an armchair stroking a cat like other arch villains. And then I realized that his character probably did have a cat at one point in time. And he ate it. In this society, they eat cats. Cat lovers, beware. Mila Kunis. I am loving all the screen time she is getting lately. This is another role well suited for her. She's a young girl born in the afterworld and has never known what it was like before. And more than ever, I noticed Mila's enormous eyes in this movie, since it's a little bit more emotional than some of her other roles. She's proving that it isn't just about her looks, though they do help, and when pushed to the test, she can really deliver in this movie. I really enjoyed the attention to detail in this film. Most people hide behind sunglasses the entire time due to dangerous UV rays. A range of 80s sunglasses and aviators seem to do the trick. And how comforting for all of us normal girls that somehow skinny jeans and plaid flannel print survived the apocalypse and will be in fashion once more in the 2050s. Super! A big plus for this movie is that it managed to keep some surprises along the way, particularly in the end. So badass fighting scenes, a rich story, some eccentric characters, surprises, and plenty of good meat for a discussion. I do recommend this movie. Hey, come check us out at hauntedflower.com for fantastic apparel, action figures, and collectibles. Also, you can Google Haunted Flower and find our MySpace profile, Facebook fan page, Rotten Tomatoes reviews, and I'm on Twitter. If you're local to the Indianapolis area, visit IndieMojo.com for details on how you can win free screening passes. And now, fashion tips for the post-apocalyptic world. So your world blew up. You know, it doesn't mean you can't look good. Here are some tips for how you can survive. Sunglasses. They are very important. You need all sorts of sunglasses. These, for example, are like an 80s style of frame. You can also have big bug-eyed sunglasses. These are fantastic for blocking out the sun entirely. These are my favorites for driving. Also, skinny jeans are in. How practical! I would love, while fighting for my life on the road, to be stuck in these jeans that are slightly flexible, but only slightly. Oh, at least I'll look good while I'm getting eaten by cannibals. One recommendation I'd like to put out there, I know it wasn't in this movie, but what's wrong with a good old-fashioned fedora? I look pretty sweet, right? I mean, it's covering my head, I'm protected from the sun, and this one is licensed by Indiana Jones. That has to give me cool points. When I'm bartering in the saloon somewhere for some clean water, no one's gonna want to mess with me when I'm wearing this. The whole ensemble together, you know you don't want to mess with this. Now I just gotta get my samurai sword. Alright, and now I've got my samurai sword. See? So I'm ready to hit the road. If anyone wants to join my posse to survive in the post-apocalyptic world, give me a shout. You know, leave some comments on my video here. And please go visit hauntedflower.com. I would love it if you did. And don't forget, I just got on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter and follow me on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. I put cute stuff up there, and I've got links right over there in the sidebar. So check me out. Follow me on Twitter. Please tweet.